In this video, I'm going to show you how to do some analysis on text data. So the first thing you need to do when you're going to work with text data is you need to initialize the text. And this is because R needs text data to be in a very specific format so that it can analyze it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable. I'm going to call it text, and I'm going to assign into it the result of this function, InitializeText, and inside that function I'm going to provide the name of the data set, and then a $, and then the name of a variable that contains text data. So I use the tab here, and I'm going to scroll through using my arrow key until I get to message. And that's because I can see that this variable message has a bunch of text data for me to analyze. So once I've got the function InitializeText with the smooth parentheses, the data set, the $, and the variable, I hit enter, and you can see that text showed up in my workspace, and it's this thing called a corpus, which is the way that R thinks about text data. So the great thing about text is that you can make word clouds with it, and to do that you use the function MakeWordCloud, and inside that you give it the text data. So in this case mine is called text, and I hit enter, and it creates a word cloud for me. But sometimes we want to do a little bit of pre-processing on our text before we create a word cloud, and the way to do that is to use the function ProcessText and then give it the text. And if I just hit enter, nothing happens. I just get this weird kind of error message, and then I don't see anything in my workspace. So the same way that I had to name my text, I need to put a name here. I'm going to call it good text, and then it's processed. So now I could make a word cloud of good text. And you can see that this has removed some punctuation, and it's changed some things to lowercase, and generally just sort of made the text nicer. Another thing you can do with text is make a word bar, which is just a bar chart with text, and it works the same way. So this shows you the names of the words and then how many times they occurred. So here occurred 7 times, and it looks like home occurred 2 times. If you want to be able to read the labels better, you can say LAS equals 2, and then it'll rotate those labels so that they are easier to read. So to summarize, when you want to start working with text, you have to use the function InitializeText. If you want to process it, you use the function ProcessText. And to make a word cloud, you use MakeWordCloud. And to make a bar chart, MakeWordBar.